Pumped Up Kicks by Foster the People versus People Say by Portugal the Man.
It's kind of a monster mashup.
What's up, you're watching HIVEMIND, the most festive show on the internet. My name is Riley, so joined by my hip co-host, Graydon.
What's up, gang?
And today we're deciding once and for all what the best indie hit is. This is our Indie Hits Bracket. Bonnaroo, Lollapalooza, The Record Store Boom,
Incense,
Pins on Jackets, Crosley Record Players,
Cuffed Pants,
One-Word Cursive Tattoos,
Dream Catchers.
A time when being a hipster meant listening to whatever was on the radio. So 64 songs that define that era, played out bracket style. Only one song can win. Let us know your favorite indie hit down in the comment section. All right, before you do it, make sure you like the video, subscribe if you want to see more, HIVEMINDTV.com for our merch. We also have a drop with Kooks. It's on the screen. It's linked in the description, along with our Patreon and our Cameo if you'd like to support us. And click the join button if you'd like to become a member on the channel. You get a knife next to your name in the chat, you get exclusive emotes, and you get extra content.
Thank you, members.
First round, we're gonna hear a clip of each song. After that, we just play it out. First matchup, Kids by MGMT versus Rill Rill by Sleigh Bells.
Okay.
A true 1 versus a 16 seed.
Real Real's real, though.
Show yourself, take only what you need from it.
I mean,
A family of trees, though? What's that all about?
family tree.
Ah.
Yeah, see?
Fire song.
And it is cool that they just made that album to try out pop music as a joke
Yeah?
when they were taking a break from being nerds.
So this is it, I'll be here with
Shoulder lean to that song.
Such a specific vibe to this song.
Commercials.
It was in a lot of commercials, true.
That's the vibe I get. This isn't the easiest 1 versus 16 I think we'll have today.
No, but it is easily Kids for me.
Correct.
It simply just is.
Yeah, I love kids. They are our future.
Next we got Naive by the Kooks versus Intro by the XX.
Very different tunes.
Just smiling, sweetheart. Oh, you're so naive, yeah.
Started smoking cigarettes because of music like that.
So British. I mean, just
Love it.
like very, very British.
Yeah.
This is music that I feel like doesn't hold up for a lot of people, but to me it holds up as like its own specific vibe.
Yeah, I think with this genre too, it's like there was always such an emphasis kind of on strange vocals or just
Yeah.
like odd vocal takes, and that works so well when you talk strange already.
The XX was on so many commercials because of this song. It's like weird that their biggest song of all time has no lead vocal on it.
Yeah,
It's just like a 1.5 minute instrumental. Didn't Danny Brown rap over this too?
I think so, yeah. I know a lot of people will be rooting for it, but I gotta stab it in its heart first round.
I'm gonna go with Intro.
I'm firmly with Naive.
I'll also take Naive.
Yes.
All right, Grant takes the Kooks.
Not saying it was your fault. I will be doing an impression of most British artists today. You got that to look forward to at home.
My Girls by Animal Collective versus Walking on a Dream by Empire of the Sun.
I think our first good song versus a bad song matchup for me.
A song I actually love.
Yes.
There's gonna be some songs on here that I remember fondly. This is a song I love to this day.
Used to listen to it in the locker room before football games a lot.
This song?
Oh, big pump up song for the team. We would all kind of like meld together, you know what I mean?
4 walls and Adobe slats. That's all you need, apparently.
Is it
You hate that song, huh?
I don't like it.
Yeah, interesting.
I hate the verse.
Mac Miller sampled Walking on a Dream on The Spins, which was in our samples game. It never hit as hard for me as it did for other people.
Same for me. And Animal Collective really hit me.
My Girls, easily.
My Girls easily.
Now we got 1901 by Phoenix versus This Head I Hold by Electric Guest. You don't like that song?
No, kind of like, I don't know. It's like when you pet a snake backwards, you know? You know what I mean?
No, I don't.
So
actually.
snakes' scales go from eyes to tail.
Yeah.
That's how you're supposed to stroke the snake. And if you pet it too rough backwards,
Can you not say stroke the snake again? I think pet the snake's cool, but stroke the snake just gets a little, I start heading places.
okay, fine. So when you pet the snake backwards, you can kind of grab the scales and pull them up, and it's like pulling off fingernails for him.
Okay, I get the physical element
Yeah.
of petting a snake backwards. I don't get why this song is like that.
It like does it to my ears. Feels like you're ripping the fingernails off my hands.
Really, I love this song.
Huh?
Like when I was listening back through this, I was like, yeah, like this could still be something I'd listen to.
Ah.
I mean, I liked this song a lot when it came out. It feels like it's like kind of like 50s or something. Like it's like
There's a bit of like early rock and roll rhythm that like permeates this whole era, and I hate it when it's done here. It's like the little tambourine, but then you have like this distant reverb vocal. I don't know. It's a weird mashup of things that I don't like.
I don't even know what this band looks like, but I picture like a tiny man in a suit.
Yeah.
You know, and he maybe even like a hat that goes with the suit, you know? And
like-
he's just like, ooh, ooh, I go higher. I mean, I'm definitely going 1901.
I gotta disagree with you. I go, this head I hold.
Give me 1901, baby.
That's fair.
Next, we've got We Are Young by Fun versus Always Like This by Bombay Bicycle Club.
Here I go riding. Seems like so obvious for the taking, but have they ever introduced themselves like with this song? We are fun.
I'm sure they have.
You
if
have
they have
to.
a sense of humor at all.
Yeah.
It's hard to even call this song indie, but like Nate Ruiz, or however you say his name, he was the lead singer of The Format, which was like an indie staple, like an underground indie staple that a lot of people love.
Loved the format.
The other guy in Fun was Jack Antonoff, who is now like the most acclaimed pop producer of the last 10 years.
Yeah.
I liked this song as a joke when it first was out. Like I
Yeah.
would just tell everybody it was my favorite song of all time because I thought it was
remember.
funny. But as I've grown with it, I mean, it's a fine song. Janelle Monáe's on this song.
Yeah.
Very weird.
It just rings like a total pop song to
Yeah.
me. Even when you like just read the lyrics,
Yeah.
it could be, you know, a Katy Perry smash hit. I messed around with some Bombay Bicycle Club.
They were like low key my favorite band for a minute.
Yeah, they were really fun.
I had this CD in my car.
Mm-hmm.
I went and saw them on the next tour that they did on their next album.
Yep.
I was a huge fan of them, and I love this song.
No, I agree. They always had something special about them.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Fun go out in the first round. I'm going with Always Like This.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
Now we got Sleepyhead by Passion Pit versus Polish Girl by Neon Indian.
Polish Girl by Neon Indian. Just a naming convention that couldn't happen today.
You know? Yeah, they'd be like, wait a minute, what are you? Neon Indian? Yeah, we're gonna need a name change before we sign you. And what's the song you want to bring today? Polish Girl. Yeah, no.
Get lost, buddy.
Yeah.
There's always something there with Passion Pit for me, especially this album.
Until the next album.
Yeah, no, true.
This era is very special to me for that very reason. I just did not like anything they did after.
Yeah, I think I picked and pulled off the next album, like a couple tracks, because the love was still lingering. But yeah, it was a tough breakup. Ooh, I like that one too. I hate to say it.
I mean, yeah, danceable, festival, indie.
Yeah, it's got like a disco element in there and like that 80s Lynn drum or whatever, just the program. It's got a good vibe, but it's not better than Sleepyhead. But this is a really, really strong matchup.
Yeah, Sleepyhead is like, I love that song.
I'll hear it sneaky like in a liquor store or something. Mm-hmm. I stop what I'm doing.
Which is stealing drinks.
Yeah, I stop though. I give it a pause.
A pause.
And if the next song sucks, I go back to stealing drinks.
All right, now we got The Funeral by Band of Horses versus The Mother We Share by Churches.
Every occasion I'll be ready for the funeral.
Oh, God, what a song.
Can't believe a bunch of horses played that.
I'm in misery where you can't seem as old as your omens.
And I can't believe a bunch of churches played that one.
Yeah, it is crazy. Never could get into churches.
I was fully in on
know.
the first album. Like, this album, I was all the way in. Churches stan.
Yeah, it was, I don't know, it has like elements of like new wave and stuff I feel like that I like now. But at the time, my palate wasn't refined enough to take it.
It was just like 80s electronic pop reimagined for a new era. And they did obviously do the thing that it seemed like they would do.
Yeah.
Which is just make pop music after this.
Right.
And that's natural. I mean, I think it makes sense for them, but their first album still holds a special place in my heart. It's not going to beat The Funeral by Band of Horses.
First lick I learned on guitar. One of like two.
Right.
I kind of stopped after that.
Now we got Tongue Tied by Grouplove versus Go Outside by Cults.
Walk in the park, really.
Take me to your best friend's house, going around this roundabout. Oh yeah.
Okay, that hook, unbelievable.
True.
Do you remember the second half of this song?
Not really.
There's just a full rap verse. She says, slumber party, pillow fight, my best friend's house tonight, we da-da-da, till Betty bye.
Yeah.
Betty bye.
Yeah, but I don't know. It added to the group element here. There's all these little personalities playing together, and they were going to have a slumber part. I bought into it, and I'm still kind of there.
If this band happened now, it would be a joke.
I'm still riding for it. Feels very classic rock. Like it almost feels like this could come, out of the Beatles, the Monkees, Beach Boys kind of deal too.
I can see that in a certain way in like the structure of the song, and that's really cool. It's almost like the hook of the song is kind of that glockenspiel line. This feels a little bit to me like Rill Rill by Sleigh Bells. It has this kind of like breezy, weird vibe, but it does have its roots in some old school rock structure.
And I appreciate that, but Tongue Tied rips me up.
I'll take Tongue Tied in this round, but I still have my qualms.
Yeah,
I
Betty Bye.
I didn't expect to discover qualms, like using the word Betty Bye.
Hey, you brought it to my eyes, and now I can't unsee it.
Midnight City by M83 versus Wordless Chorus by My Morning Jacket.
Remember the music video?
No.
It's otherworldly. Like, I remember watching it and being like, I don't need this world. Like, I want to escape.
Another one sampled by Mac Miller.
Such a good band.
They're so good. This is not even, like, this is a great song, but I feel like they are a band that you find a doorway in, and then you're just obsessed with everything that they do. They're a great album band. Jim James is a great artist in general.
Unbelievable, yeah.
I mean, you become obsessed with My Morning Jacket the way you would with a jam band.
Yeah, they do give that similar vibe where it is like a whole world and like orchestra kind of feeling to it. And his vocal is just what gets me.
In 2011, when I was but a young boy, I saw My Morning Jacket instead of Eminem at Lollapalooza.
Yeah, I'd probably do that still to this day.
I should have seen Eminem. I didn't know that by the time it would be now that Eminem, there wasn't anything better to come. Like, I would much rather see Eminem in 2011 than 2023.
That's true.
Like, it only got worse. I should have caught him at that juncture.
He's sleepy now.
He's not sleepy. He's wide awake trying to figure out how to make people like him again.
Yeah, it's true.
I gotta go Midnight City here.
I like My Morning Jacket much more as a band, but song versus song, Midnight City is better.
If it was one big holiday, we'd have a different conversation. Yeah. Okay, calm down. Now you're scaring me a little bit. You're scaring me, but okay.
That's all.
No. Oh, wow. Shit. Yeah. Okay.
Yikes!
All right, now we got Sweet Disposition by the Temper Trap versus Chocolate by the 1975.
Maddie Healy's a monster. But we're gonna have to talk about him today. Obviously, he has to be in the bracket with his band, 1975.
He is British, so we're gonna just think about that impression.
Yeah, oh, I'll do his impression, all right.
This song transported me the first time
Really?
I heard. Yeah, this band was just something about them.
I kind of liked them, but I feel like they were for other people. I never got all the way there. I needed it to be like a little more rootsy.
Oh, I was all the way there.
Yeah.
Yeah. This and Down River, I was obsessed with both of those songs.
Yeah, we taste deep back from the head to toe. We go dancing around in our petticoat.
Head to toe. He sounds so different now. Can we talk about that for a second?
He sounds the same.
I mean, the band sounds so different.
Oh, the band does, yeah. I don't know. I mean, I feel like they just got better and better. Even this, but this stuff is good. To me, that first album is classic to a lot of people for a reason.
Yeah.
Like, there was something really like shiny and metallic about this version of like indie pop.
That's what made me like reject it at first, because I was just into the weirder, hippier stuff, I guess, of the genre of the era. But in retrospect and going back and listening, it's a tight song and it's really good.
I'm a big 1975 fan. I think this is good stuff from the early days.
Yeah.
I'd probably slightly take Sweet Disposition over it, but it's close.
See, I go Chocolate.
Give me the Temper Trap.
Hey!
I knew that was gonna happen.
I'm glad we don't have to talk about the 1975 anymore, though.
Now we got Home by Edward Sharpe and the Magnetic Zeros versus Youngblood by the Naked and Famous.
Let me come home.
I got a question.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna look it up. Makes me like him a lot less. Alabama, Arkansas, while singing that song. You're from LA.
Home is wherever with you. He's not from LA. As long as he's with his cult, he's good.
Yeah, but like doing a little folk tune and being like, Alabama, Arkansas, I do love my ma and pa.
But that's also the female vocalist doing that part.
And what's her name?
Probably like Sunshine Raindrop or something.
Girl from Edward Sharpe. Jade Castrinos, St. Petersburg, Florida.
That's panhandle business though, you know what I mean?
It's in the South, and I'll take it.
Her family could very well be from Alabama and Arkansas.
As long as she actually calls her mom and dad ma and pa, I'm good.
I think she called Edward Sharpe mom and dad. One of those ones I could just live without.
See, to me, this is like the best example of this type of indie pop that's on this bracket. Like, I actually really love this song.
I don't love it, but I agree like with what you're saying. Like, it is total festival indie, get them dancing, but it's like a band.
I'm gonna go with Youngblood.
Really?
Home by Edward Sharpe is such a kitschy joke of a song. Like,
It's so cute.
it's not cute.
Yes, it is. They're a little cold.
It's cute until you realize they're a cult.
No, that makes it cuter.
The cult leader is from LA and they're doing like Americana music. It's so bad.
Home is wherever he is because he is the universe and you live inside him and amongst him.
Youngblood.
Give me Home.
I'm naked and famous.
Are you serious? Edward Sharpe's gonna lose in the first round?
Yes.
You realize what kind of danger you guys just put us all in?
What You Know by Two Door Cinema Club versus Hang Me Up to Dry by Cold War Kids.
I can tell just what you want. You don't want to be.
Oh, that's sassy right there.
I probably like 20 different songs by Two Door Cinema Club.
Yeah.
Like they were a band that I actually loved and not just a song for a moment.
I feel like it's one of those bands in this era too that's all right to grow up with. Like plenty of people will still tell you like, oh yeah, I'm messing with that.
Yeah, because their next album had a lot of like Talking Heads influence. Like they went the right direction with it. You could tell they were better songwriters than other people making indie pop.
Didn't it totally sell out, you know?
It's just so sloppy.
Yeah, it feels a little sloppy.
I don't really like this song when I go back to it. I do like We Used to Vacation by Cold War Kids. That's a better song.
They have some hits, and I do like just the initial catchiness of this song and like the way those vocals are delivered is good. I just feel like the work around it, I don't know, it doesn't accentuate it enough to make it like a timeless song to me.
What You Know easily takes this.
Two Door Cinema Club, which is another name for a movie theater.
Oh, so it's like a movie theater, but it's a coupe.
Yeah, exactly. It's small and the insurance is more.
Now we got Little Lion Man by Mumford & Sons versus Video Games by Lana Del Rey.
I always knew we'd see these two songs go head to head on this channel.
But it was not your fault but mine. And it was your heart on the.
Nothing like a British guy just cosplaying 1950s Americana. He bought all the right clothes, sang all the right songs. It was like, what if we just made banjo music and named our band after a hardware store? I mean, he had all the right marks.
He did.
And then what did he do?
Took off the banjo?
Made 2 albums of that and said, I feel like wearing jeans. So started doing Coldplay songs.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure he loves that music, but you can feel it in the music. It feels like theater.
Yeah, it's not true Americana. Like, it feels like glossed up, like theatrical Americana.
It feels like he watched Oh Brother, Where Art Thou a little too many times.
Great movie, though.
Wow, fantastic.
And Mumford & Sons, you know what? The first band I was in, the lead guitarist played the kick drum himself.
Oh, they were influential.
You know what I mean? You could have a guy just kind of playing a kick drum on stage, like a little extra.
Heaven is a place on earth with you. Tell me all the things you.
Could be a great song no matter when it came out.
Yeah, it's just a classic ballad.
I actually have a question about Lana Del Rey.
Mm-hmm.
Did Born to Die come with the Crosley record player?
Probably.
That has to be the most scratched vinyl of all time. Like, I mean, listen, I think it's a great song. I remember my dad called me long time ago and he said, "Really, you heard of Lana Del Rey?" And I hadn't. This is the first time I'd ever heard her name. I was like, no. He's like, I just heard a song called Video Games. She got another one called Diet Mountain Dew. And he's like, weird voice on her, but good songs. And I was like, okay, cool. Didn't think much of it. And then Lana Del Rey became
He
Lana
signed
Del
her.
Rey.
And now your dad's rich.
Yeah, my dad's rich as shit.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I mean, I go Video Games here, but I don't want to just completely leave this just taking a huge dump on Mumford & Sons because there was a moment upon their entry into the scene where I was like, that hadn't been done. There's really like elements of folk and Americana and like classic stuff, but they did pump it up to
Oh yeah, big atmosphere.
big atmosphere and like I was like, hey, I'm listening.
They made festival folk. Like
Yeah.
they didn't start it. 'Cause I do think the Avett brothers are kind of the unsung
True.
heroes
Yep.
of that. They made it big and exciting again, and Mumford and Sons was just kind of right there with them and was a more palatable to a mainstream
Yeah.
audience, you know?
Yeah, there was a moment where it was like, okay, this is actually kind of cool, and then they just, there's a cheap veneer, all their clothes ripped right off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Underneath was the Union Jack and like soccer jerseys.
Now we got Daylight by Matt and Kim versus Animal by Mike Snow.
There's so many funny matchups.
Yeah.
This is hilarious. God,
Fuck that song.
I love that song.
Sounds like Disney Channel.
Dun, 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 dun.
I hate this song. Can we hear the next one?
It's just to hide in this place, but I'm still an animal.
That's fire.
Hate this one too, but I hate it a little less, I think.
It's like a pulsing pump of sounds.
I don't have a big opinion on this matchup.
Oh, I'm firmly in the Daylight corner.
I'll just pick Daylight because I don't really care. Next we got 2 Weeks by Grizzly Bear versus Feel It All Around by Washed Out.
It's been 2 weeks since you looked at me. I mean, talk about sounding like some 70s psychedelic stuff.
Yeah.
Falls into the same realm as like the other more experimental bands of this era.
I mean, Grizzly Bear was a more experimental band. They're another one that was very well respected and kind of stumbled into their big hit.
Yeah.
This song is just the best presented little nugget that they made that made sense to be like a big streamable song.
Little Nugget. That's what you used to call me.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. All that being said, that song fucking slaps.
Oh, yeah. A lot of you guys might know that as the Portlandia theme song, by the way.
Yes.
That is the Portlandia theme song. Strangely enough, these two going into this were kind of sleepers for me.
Feel It All Around is crazy good.
Started a new genre. Washed Out was just different.
Yeah, that song hits specifically well for me.
Yeah, I love that song.
It's got to be that one. It's got to be Feel It All Around.
Last one on this side, we've got Breeze Blocks by Alt J versus Where'd All the Time Go by Dr. Dog.
Do you know where the walkings go? They go on under take your name.
God. Now we're like starting to get into the stuff that like the Black Keys, you had this Alt J sound, like this weird rock. I just hated this.
I don't know how this is anywhere near the Black Keys. For
I
you.
get it. I get it.
Black Keys is just blues revival. This band is weird as shit.
Yeah.
They're like just so strange.
Yeah.
They're like obsessed with triangles. And the lead singer would say stuff like, I want to lick you like a crisp packet or
Ew.
something like that. He just like the lyrics are just
Yeah.
disgusting.
Nothing wrong with triangles. I do want to say that.
And his voice is just so. I hated Alt J.
Yeah, it wasn't cool to like him. Still isn't.
Wait, isn't Alt J on a keyboard a triangle? Maybe that's why they're called Alt J.
Whoa.
I know you love this song.
Come on.
I mean, yeah.
For me, like really an unsung hero of the whole era. Dr. Dog was so good. Reminds me of like The Band or something, you know, like a 70s folk group that just was a little rockin' when they needed to be.
I never got into Dr. Dog. I didn't hate it or anything. It just never really hit for me. I liked the lead singer's side project, Lithuania.
His voice is great.
Yeah.
Where'd all the time go? Yeah, I love Dr. Dog. I saw him at Lollapalooza.
So yeah, we can go Where All the Time Go. I'll take anything over Breeze Blocks by Alt J.
Awesome.
All right, second side. Pumped Up Kicks by Foster the People versus People Say by Portugal the Man.
It's kind of a monster mashup. Monster mash.
I was listening to this song back today. I cannot imagine that while they were making this song that they ever would have expected it to be as big as it became.
Yeah, no way.
Structurally, aesthetically, the talk box sound on the first verse, you
Yeah.
got the whistle thing, and then it's all about Columbine.
Right.
It just does not have the makings of a hit song, and that's what I kind of miss.
All the soldiers say it'll be alright. We may make it through the war if we make it through the night.
Jam.
Another band that has a big catalog, a very creative, versatile catalog.
Yeah.
Like I had an album of theirs that was one song, 27 minutes. And all the art was done by the main guy too.
Yeah.
Like they have very experimental packaging on their CDs and stuff.
He was an extreme creative, constantly made pretty interesting music.
And then obviously they had their big hit later on.
Yeah.
Ooh, Ooh, I'm a rebel just for kicks, and I've been kicking this since 1966 or whatever.
Yeah.
That one was a little bit more of that old like doo-wop they were trying to bring back.
A little bit, yeah.
I mean, Pumped Up Kicks is just undeniable.
Yep. It's an unfair matchup here, but that's the cards they drew.
Everybody Talks by Neon Trees versus It's Time by Imagine Dragons.
Neon Trees, Neon Indian. What's next? What else can we add fluorescence to?
Started with a whisper, and that was when I kissed her.
It's like tail end indie though.
I love it though.
When it came out, I think I even thought it was corny then. But as time's gone on, it's like Oliver Tree wouldn't have a career if Neon Trees didn't happen first.
Just like undeniably catchy.
It started with a whisper, and that was when I kissed her.
That shit is gas pack.
They expected this song to be big
Yep.
when they were making it.
Yeah.
They were like, yeah, we got a hit on our hands.
Write me my check.
I don't ever wanna let you down. I don't ever wanna let
Fuck the ukulele, dude. That's all. I don't know. I'm sure there's a setting where it could be nice.
Right.
Maybe on the beaches of Hawaii. Outside of that, get it out of my music.
It's hard to even think of this as an Imagine Dragons song.
Yeah.
This is their first little mini hit, and then obviously they became what they became, which is the death of rock and roll.
Yeah.
When this song came out, I was like, oh, new indie band
Yeah.
making that kind of thing.
Just plucky. It has all the elements I grew to really dislike about this era.
That little ukulele line, which is, by the way, ukulele is how you say it. So,
Holy.
sorry. That little ukulele line does have the same melody as Check Yes Juliet, Are You With Me by We the Kings?
Yeah.
Check Yes Juliet. And that's the first thing I noticed about it. And I used to point that out to people, being the pretentious fuck that I was.
Sure.
Not
Not anymore. Humble king you are before us.
It's Everybody Talks.
Easily. Low-key guilty pleasure song for me.
Now we have Wide Eyes by Local Natives versus Swing Low Magellan by Dirty Projectors,
Swing low.
which is about the Captain Crunch mascot. A lot of people don't know that.
Yes.
Horatio Magellan.
to see it with my
They feel like a victim of the time.
Yeah, to me it just kind of feels like wallpaper of the time.
See, I love the writing. I was a big Local Natives fan. I like what they did after this. They
Yeah.
had the album that was produced by Bryce Dessner of The National. I felt like they went in a cool direction and made a lot of cool songs, and I was obsessed with them at the time. But now it just feels like just too many drums.
Too much drums,
Like they were
yeah.
doing trying to do the thing of the time, which is that weird big atmosphere folk sound.
Yeah, with like marching band percussion almost.
Yeah.
Swing low, oh Magellan, 9x6.
8x7.
Them fuckers are dirty. The Dirty Projectors hit me in a spot that no one else can hit.
Are you talking about
What?
what kind of spot?
Like a sexual, musical kind
Oh.
of G-spot
Sweet.
kind of deal.
Sweet. Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
it's the voice, the delivery, the writing's always really beautiful. It feels like, I don't know, it feels like secret.
They were kind of music theory junkies and experimental with a capital E before this.
Capital K.
There's not even a K in experimental.
Until they came around. That's how experimental they are.
I mean, it's a way better song than Wide Eyes to me.
Up in Hudson by Dirty Projectors.
Anna Sun by Walk the Moon versus Let's Dance to Joy Division by the Wombats.
Kind of two stink bombs here.
Do you know this house is falling apart? Can I say this house?
One of my least favorites on the bracket.
Can we talk about the fact that this song is 5 minutes long?
Yeah, we can.
I was listening to it and I was like, I know the hook. I knew this song when it was out. Thought of them as just another indie band from Ohio. So I had a reason to root for them. But 5 minutes? Why did they make this song 5 minutes?
A lot of these songs are really, really long. You'd be hard pressed to find a 2-minute song on this bracket.
Swing Low Magellan.
Yeah.
Let's dance to Joy Division and celebrate the irony. Everything is going wrong.
I don't know, man.
I don't think I was old enough to realize how goddamn cheesy this song is. Let's dance to Joy Division and celebrate the irony because everything is going wrong but we're so happy.
Yeah.
It's like Hobo Johnson level at a
It really
certain
is.
point.
And I don't know, the spirit of the Wombats, I appreciate a little more than the spirit of Walk the Moon.
We
but-
all saw where Walk the Moon ended up.
Yeah.
Shut Up and Dance and big pop band. And the Wombats, I don't even know if they're still active.
They might be extinct.
I like Anna Sun probably a slight bit more.
I think it is less annoying. Yeah, there's something about that. Let's have the Joy Division.
Cough Syrup by Young the Giant versus Trojans by Atlas Genius.
How ahead of the curve was Young the Giant here with lean sipping?
I don't think that's even what the song is about.
Guess we'll hear it.
I'm waiting for this cough syrup to come.
See, I don't know. That song is better than it should be.
Yeah.
Of the blank bands, Walk the Moon, Young the Giant, there's a certain surge in indie to have this type of music happening. That one holds up to me. I think it's a pretty well-written song.
Time hasn't done this one as dirty. Like, I thought it was kind of corny when it came out, and I still just think it's kind of corny.
Yeah, just a little bit.
It's almost got a Post Malone thing going on in his vibrato there, too.
Cough syrup.
You're troubled in my head.
Massive missed opportunity here on a commercial.
Oh, it was in so many commercials.
Not a condom one, though.
Ah, right.
A Trojan's in my head. You know, he's just thinking about sex.
I think Cough Syrup's a better song to me.
See, to me, Trojans feels a little more timeless.
All right, Grant.
I'll take cough syrup.
Young the Giant moves on. More like midlife crisis the Giant now, you know?
I do feel like this is a proper time to do a bracket like this because 10 years have passed since like the very end of it.
Yeah.
So it feels like we have a renewed perspective on it.
Absolutely.
But it is funny to think about that every band that had a hit in this era are in their late 30s and 40s now. So it's cool to see which bands survived, which ones didn't.
Some of them have had kids that make hyperpop now.
Yeah, that's probably true.
You know, the guy from Cage the Elephant's son is trapping. I don't know.
A-Punk by Vampire Weekend versus Tighten Up by the Black Keys.
Finally, something easy. Whoa!
Talk about a band I love and their biggest hit being not one of my favorite songs by them.
This song's a blast, though.
It's fun, but it's a bit kitschy. It feels like it exists for one type of vibe, and Vampire Weekend has like songs that I think are some of the best songs ever.
Yeah, it's still a blast, though.
Reminds me of Step Brothers every single time.
Bound to fall for you.
At its best, it's really close to the White Stripes.
The reason I like Tighten Up is because I liked it before I discovered why I didn't like the Black Keys.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
fair.
I didn't realize they were trying to do the White Stripes thing. I didn't know any of that. I just found the music and was like, oh, this song's good. I like that it has like the little whistle thing. I mean, it's gonna be A-Punk, but I don't mind Tighten Up. I think it's a pretty good song.
It just, the two-piece, it was just all so familiar to White Stripes, and I was really, really into Jack White. Like, really into him.
Now we got Dog Days Are Over by Florence and the Machine versus Crime Wave by Crystal Castles. What an incredible voice Florence Welch has.
I will say that. I will also say that is some really annoying percussion. Yeah.
And this song holds up. Fuck the guy from Crystal Castles, though.
Absolutely
An
a
absolute
monster.
piece of shit. Shout out to Alice Glass. But this song, I mean, yeah, I liked it then. I love it now.
So different, too. It made me feel like freaky. I remember like friends showing me this song and being like, what are we listening to?
Well, it's like pop Witch House. While Salem and Picture Plane were doing this like dark, dirty version of Witch House, you had Crystal Castles and then even like Purity Ring
Right.
doing a version of it that became known as like chamber pop. Crime Wave?
Crime Wave.
Electric Feel by MGMT versus White Winter Hymnal by the Fleet Foxes. This is a tough first round matchup.
Yeah, I don't like what I'm going to have to say. Song's about a hand job.
You gotta stop. You always, every time we talk about this song, you bring up that it's about a hand job.
One of these.
Yeah, I know.
One of those.
Right, no, I get it.
Awesome, man. It's like the magic of music, you know?
There you go, and Michael, you would fall and turn the white snow.
My choir class in high school sang this song.
That's beautiful.
Like in church.
That's awesome.
It showed what Fleet Foxes was bringing to the table to people who had just found them in that,
Right.
like, it was very much focused on the harmonies.
Yeah, the vocal arrangement is like, you know, they're the descendants of Simon and Garfunkel
Yeah.
and like the greatest people ever to harmonize. That's like who they modeled themselves after. Peter, Paul, and Mary. I mean, Robin Pecknold's voice is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, I like it more than Electric Feel.
I do too. People aren't going to like us though.
Well, MGMT is the only band with 2 songs in here, so I feel okay that we kept Kids and we had to douse Electric Feel to get White Winter Hymnal to the second round.
It's true. No one really likes a hand job either.
Right. Much rather get slurped.
Exactly, buddy.
Slurped, licked, spit, all that sort of thing. Feels much better than a hand job.
I mean, I'm talking extra sloppy too.
Put it in that thing you eat with and not that thing you grab with.
So sloppy, I want to wipe my ass afterwards.
Totally.
I want to think to myself, did you throw up and not care? That's how sloppy it was. You know what I mean? Was that puke? You know what? Keep going. Doesn't matter. Sloppier the better.
I don't know if I agree anymore.
Oh, you're out now. Now he's out.
I think
Okay.
I'm out. Now we got Somebody That I Used to Know by Gotye versus Bruises by Chairlift.
These are two great songs. I should do a little TikTok dance to that song. Cut me off.
A song that came from this era but transcends it completely.
The example of like they didn't know what they had on their hands.
It's just so creepy. It's like tiptoeing down a hallway, like all sneaky. Like,
Yeah, it is.
You know?
Black and blue, permanently blue for you.
Fire.
Caroline Polachek. A lot of people don't know that. Caroline Polachek is one half of Chairlift. And this song was famous for being in an iTunes commercial. Might be the smallest song on this list in terms of like streams and notoriety. But it's just cool to hear Caroline Polachek in this context of making this kind of cheaper version of indie pop at the time.
And she still brings something to the table with her vocals and like just knack for melody that separates it from all the rest.
I tried to do handstands for you. I tried to do handstands. I like that song a lot. It's not gonna beat Somebody That I Used to Know for me.
I like Bruises more.
You like Bruises by Chairlift more than Somebody That I Used to Know by Gotye.
Correct.
That's wow.
It's a better song to me.
All right, Grant.
I will take Gotye.
Yeah, I mean, that's just like, it's like if you were in a house that was burning down and it was like the indie hits house and you could only grab 5 things, the world seemed to grab this one and take it with them. You know what I mean? And a lot of that house did burn down.
Yeah, that's true.
There were a lot of casualties.
I set fire to
I
it.
think we all did. Collectively, we decided there's nothing left here. Let's go to the SoundCloud rap house. It's going to take us a year or two to get there, but we should head over there.
Heard it's fire.
Now we got Dance Yourself Clean by LCD Sound System versus Pompeii by Bastille.
Huge synth stabs, ghostly cowbell, suppressed crazy man's vocals in there. It's got the makings of a pretty great banger.
I like the instrumental palette of a lot of the LCD Sound System stuff, and I like a lot of LCD Sound System songs, but like, I don't really like this song, and I don't really like James Murphy's vocals on a lot of that stuff. Like, I don't know, people like them a lot more than I do.
I like this song a lot, but I do like other songs by them more. But this next song I despise, so.
But if you close your eyes, does it almost feel like no?
It's like the workers at Urban Outfitters harmonizing to tell me to buy. Hey, oh, jeans are on sale. You know what I mean? Like it just,
This is my guilty pleasure song. I wish I didn't
baloney.
like this song, but I really like it.
I feel like it's a commercial for a water park that's like Amazon themed.
The company, not the
Yeah.
rainforest. I don't know. It's like I tried for a very long time to not like this song, and eventually I just had to admit to myself that I just like it.
Oh, brother.
And if you close your eyes,
I wish what happened with the disaster of Pompeii would happen to Bastille.
That's a little inappropriate. You want to wish a volcanic eruption on them.
I do.
Hey, listen.
Say it.
You picked Bruises
Go ahead.
over Somebody That I Used to Know.
Yeah.
I'm picking Pompeii over Dance Yourself Clean.
I'm taking Dance Yourself Clean. Grant.
Give me Dance Yourself Clean.
That makes sense. All right, now we got Ain't No Rest for the Wicked by Cage the Elephant versus So Good at Being in Trouble by Unknown Mortal Orchestra.
Ain't nothing in this world for free. I know I can't slow down, I can't hold.
I mean, kind of his sassy rocker song.
I feel like this is like almost him doing a Mumford & Sons thing. Not like sounding like Mumford & Sons, but like it feels like he imagined like a dusty road, old Western movie with like a, you know, ain't no rest for the wicked. It just like has a palette that they never returned to.
Yeah, and I'm glad they didn't.
Yeah, they made better songs after this one, but it is that one-off.
Oh, I think of it way more often than I would like to admit.
I loved this song when it was out too.
Oh, see, I didn't.
Oh, I was a big fan.
It just kind of lives in like a nasty, like scabbed up recess of my mind.
So good at being in trouble. So good.
That's just like a sweet, good little song.
It holds up. It
Yeah.
kind of plays with some of the intricacies of like the quiet funk thing,
Yeah, exactly.
like the Wolfpack thing, where like you record everything really quiet, but
Yeah.
it feels loud.
Sounds like there's blankets on your drums. Like everything is just like a little dampered.
Unknown Mortal Orchestra has done really cool things since this.
Yep.
And I remember the first time I heard this song being like, wow, that is cool.
Yeah, it's groovy and it's delicate. I like it way more than Ain't No Rest for the Wicked.
I do feel like Ain't No Rest for the Wicked is a more defining song of this this era.
Fair.
By a lot, but I like So Good at Being in Trouble way more. Like, if that comes on a playlist now, I'll listen to it. I like that song. If Ain't No Rest for the Wicked comes on, I go, I remember that, and then I skip it.
Yeah.
One of the guys from UMO actually helped on the new Lil Yachty album.
There you go.
Now we got Ho Hey by the Lumineers versus Ronald Gregory Erickson II by Starfucker. Can't fuck a star. I tried.
I belong with you, you belong with me, my sweetheart.
Another song I'd play a lot in the locker room to get hyped up to. You know what I mean? Bashing helmets with the other boys. you know?
Really? It doesn't. Oh, yeah, okay.
Hey, I belong with you. You belong with me and my sweet. Yeah, just get me going.
I feel like this just boiled down everything that was going on into one song. Like, it was like, we're gonna have like the yelling vocals from the background are actually gonna be the hook on this one. And it's gonna sound like it's all in one room.
Yeah, I mean, I could talk at length about why I don't like this song and how it's not stylish, but I think it's important for you guys to contextualize the person I once was. And when this song came out, I was probably messing around with it, low key. I was probably enjoying it. I was just a sick little consumer like the rest of us, gobbling up whatever plate the big industry served us next.
And they served this one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we're goddamn lucky that Riptide by Vance Joy isn't on this bracket.
We are. We really are.
There's a lot of remnants of this folk revival thing that happened. And this was kind of the end of it.
And that song's still really fun.
Yeah, the Freaks like Starfucker. Like, Starfucker had cool ass songs. They were just like another one of those bands. They never hit it the same way that, you know, Foster the People did.
Ask the Stars that.
Right. Yeah, let's go with the Starfucker song.
Yes.
All right, now we got Fluorescent Adolescent by Arctic Monkeys versus My Number by Foles.
And those dreams, when as daft as they seem, as daft as they seem.
As daft as they, only a British person saying daft.
That's true. Or punks from France.
French electro-punks, yeah. I love the Arctic Monkeys, man. Especially this era of Arctic Monkeys, I was very, very fond of. Just like, it felt like fun from a different dimension.
I just think they were better players than the other bands doing this sound. Like, they were just tighter, better performers. I feel like Alex Turner was a little bit more of a compelling character at the forefront of it. He was dating Alexa Chung. Like, there's a reason Arctic Monkeys right now are one of the biggest rock bands in the world, and the other bands like the Wombats and everything are not the same level.
You don't have my number. We don't need each other.
It's like FIFA soundtrack to me.
It was on FIFA?
I think so, yeah.
Wow. You know what's so funny is, like, I was a big Foles fan before this song came out, and this is just different than what they usually do, but I love this song. Like,
Really?
Oh yeah, I love this song.
To me, it's like just, I remember Gatorade Rain,
Yeah, totally.
diluted of all flavor, just kind of like diet flavor water. It's not holding a tooth to Arctic Monks for me.
I'm gonna go with My Number, but I know that Fluorescent Adolescent is a bigger and more important song.
Grant, where do you fall?
I'll take the Arctic Monkeys.
Let's go.
That makes sense. Feels Like We Only Go Backwards by Tame Impala versus Groenlandic Edit by Of Montreal.
Unfair matchup here. I mean, that's the tab hitting the tongue in the movie, you know what I mean? And it like goes into their mouth, into a kaleidoscope. That's like what that song does. That drop is like perfect. And I feel like it played a huge role in introducing a whole new generation to chemicals.
It was definitely a landmark of the psychedelic revival.
For sure.
He was not gonna beat the sounding like John Lennon allegations on this one, though. Like, this is the song that everybody was like, all right, he sounds a lot like John Lennon. It's just the bass line takes it over the top. He's just such a good bassist. Like,
It's an excellent tune. Can't beat the Beatles allegations there either. The way those harmonies are written, that's identical to like early Beatles.
what happens right before that is something you would never have.
Right.
It's not Beatlesy at all.
Just in vocal arrangement in some of it.
Yeah, I don't know. There's something about Of Montreal that is just so out there. I felt like it was cool that they had a few songs kind of cross over into everybody can enjoy them.
I mean, it's going up against a giant here. It's very handedly feels like We Only Go Backwards for me.
There are a lot of other Tame Impala songs that would beat Groenlandic Edit for me, but I think I do like Groenlandic Edit more than Feels Like We Only Go Backwards. Grant, what are you doing?
I'll take Tame Impala.
I figured.
Did you know Feels Like We Only Go Backwards was originally written for YG?
for YG.
Yeah. And then Kevin Parker kind of like heard him doing it in the studio next to him. He went in and was like, give me that. And then he took it and kind of put his own spin on it. But I've heard the YG version. It's trippy.
Are you saying YG wrote this song or that
It was written for him.
it was written for YG by a third party, not Kevin Parker or YG, somebody else wrote that. And then Kevin Parker took it because he heard YG singing it in the studio next to him. Yeah. Wow. It doesn't sound true.
It's a fun fact about a song that everyone loves. And we all know the Tame Impala version, but like that one could have easily been a YG song. Like it was right there. Kevin took it from him.
Okay. Yeah, the world would be very different if this was a YG song.
It'd be pretty much the same.
I don't. Young Folks by Peter, Bjorn, and John versus Little Talks by Of Monsters and Men.
What a weird matchup.
And we don't care about the young folks talking about the outside.
There's that goddamn shaker.
The whistling, the shaker.
Tambourine, bells.
For our fans, I just want to point them to something.
Yeah.
One of my favorite things, look up Peter, Bjorn, and John Young Folks live with Kanye West. It exists, it's very real, and Kanye is hyped to be up there.
It's awesome.
Singing Young Folks by Peter, Bjorn, and John. And it's just such a moment that like this style of music was so big that Kanye was a fan.
Yeah.
And had to get up there and sing it with them.
But we don't care about the young folks.
Don't listen to a word I say.
More like men are monsters, am I right?
Right, thank you for saying that. Thank you.
And I liked songs by Of Monsters and Men, especially their like slower, sweeter stuff. They caught me in little moments of weakness, maybe. But this one is just, hey, give it a break.
They're like the Icelandic Lumineers. Easily Young Folks for me.
Yep, very easily.
Now listen to a word I say.
Hey!
Sure, I won't.
I'm done.
I'm done. That's the last time. Last one in the first round, we've got Skinny Love by Bon Iver versus The High Road by Broken Bells.
And I told you to be patient, and I told you to be fine.
Great song. I just want to say it. All body shapes are fine.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Justin Vernon didn't agree with that sentiment.
I think it's just the name of the song. I don't know.
That's a banger.
Broken Bells is the project of James Mercer from The Shins and Danger Mouse.
Yeah.
Acclaimed producer Danger Mouse. I mean, I absolutely love that song. Skinny Love, I think is a great song. Such an emotional performance. I just can't unhear every single person I know covering it all the time. If there's a guitar around, somebody was gonna play Skinny Love. And it's like too emotional of a song to just be like played at a campfire.
Casually. And I told you to be patient. Come on, sing it with me. And I told you to be kind.
And it was usually like that over-exaggerated delivery though. Like it'd be like, and I told you to be patient. And then Birdie did the cover too, which got just as popular as the original song. So like a lot of people know that version.
But that's credit to how good of a song it is too. The fact that it can be covered by the amateur all the way up to another great vocalist and then have its own independent success that way, like that speaks to the writing there.
I probably on a regular day would rather listen to The High Road by Broken Bells.
Absolutely. It's experimental and fun. Skinny Love is like, I'm trying to feel something. I made my mom cry when I learned how to play it on guitar though, so I'm voting for it. Skinny Love.
You're voting for Skinny Love?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna vote for Skinny Love too, but because it's this bracket, that's why I'm voting for Skinny Love.
I want you to vote for the song you like more.
Fine. I'll vote for The High Road by Broken Bells and
There you
let
go.
Grant decide.
Grant's sad.
I'm thinking Skinny Love.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, second round. Kids by MGMT versus Naive by the Kooks.
Why, what do you say first?
I mean, you're acting like this is difficult.
What are you gonna say?
Easily Kids.
For me, I listen to Naive more and I like it more.
You like Naive by the Kooks more than Kids by MGMT.
British.
That's weird. Grant.
I'll take Kids.
Thank you. My Girls by Animal Collective versus 1901 by Phoenix.
Talking about my girls.
My Girls.
Way better song.
Now we got Always Like This by Bombay Bicycle Club versus Sleepyhead by Passion Pit.
Sleepy as fuck.
What was that?
Sleepy as fuck. It's Sleepyhead for me.
Yeah, it's Sleepyhead for me too. Bombay Bicycle Club is awesome, and there's
Yes.
like collectively, I like way more songs by Bombay Bicycle Club than I do by Passion Pit, to be honest. But as one song versus one song, I'll take Sleepyhead.
And even if I do like more songs by Bombay Bicycle Club, Passion Pit's like singular tunes that I did really like took me to way higher heights.
The Funeral by Band of Horses versus Tongue Tied by Grouplove.
This is kind of a monster matchup here.
It's very easily The Funeral general for me.
Yeah, it is for me too, but I feel like people are going to be upset. Tongue-Tied seems to have had a weird resurgence.
I think we kind of started trying to bring it back a little bit. We
Yeah.
talked about it in a few different games and just kept talking about how great of a song it was.
Yeah.
And I was doing that off memory. But once I listened to that rap verse again, I knew it wasn't going to go far.
Yeah, time for Tongue-Tied to go Betty bye.
Midnight City, M83 versus Sweet Disposition by the Temper Trap.
It's Midnight City for me.
It's not really even a competition at this point.
First time I heard Midnight City, I was actually at Magic City.
Doesn't make sense age-wise for you. Yeah. Either you didn't hear Midnight City for a long time after it came out, which feels impossible for how
Yeah.
big of a song it was, or you were at Magic City at a young age.
Correct. The latter.
Why were they playing this at Magic City?
It was a different time, man. They played all the indie hits there.
Were people stripping to Midnight City?
That's what they do at Magic City, isn't
Well,
it?
I guess that's what I was asking.
They were clapping.
Not with their hands. I
Correct.
presume,
Yeah. You presume. Right.
All right, now we got Youngblood by the Naked and Famous versus What You Know by Two Door Cinema Club.
It's What You Know for me.
Yeah, it sure is. But
Yeah.
Youngblood, great song.
Not for me. It's
I know,
not.
I
It's
know.
not.
I know you don't like it. I was trying to see if you liked it maybe
Yeah.
eventually, you know.
I like Naked and Famous, like just as words next to each other. But
Sure.
that's about as far as my love goes for the band and that tune.
What You Know It Is.
What you know it is.
I know, it sounds like a poet trying to trick you. What you know it is.
And what you don't know, it ain't.
And I'm like, oh, thanks, Grandpa, but like that doesn't really help with the problem.
Like
Like
$20.
trying to decide whether to go to college or not. What you know it is. Okay, I'm more confused than before. Maybe I should go to college and try to figure out what that means. Video Games by Lana Del Rey versus Daylight by
Awesome jams here.
Oh man. It's video games for me. I just fucking hate Daylight.
I'm just glad Daylight made it out of the first round. I don't have it in me to argue, especially against such a beautiful, timeless ballad.
Now we got Feel It All Around by Washed Out versus Where'd All the Time Go by Dr. Dog.
Two of my favorites in this whole bracket, but Feel It All Around has something to it that I can just always go back to, and Dr. Dog is more nostalgic at this point.
It's Feel It All Around for me by a large margin.
Large margin.
Large margin. I just opened a tub of large margarine.
I just caught a large marlin. Got a big wife, she my large darling.
Now we got Pumped Up Kicks versus Everybody Talks.
It started with a picture, and now it's over.
Did it start with a whisper?
Whatever,
It
man.
started with a picture.
It started with a picture, and now it's
Nowadays, with all the kids sexting, you know, it started with a picture. It's like, gosh, you know, I just miss the good old days
when what?
before all the screens, you know. So.
I let my dick do the talking these days.
Like.
Very easily pumped up kicks for me here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Sure. Swing Low Magellan versus Anna Sun.
Swing low, Magellan.
Wow, that's another one. It's like, how is Anna Sun in the second round? Cough Syrup by Young the Giant versus A-Punk by Vampire Weekend.
A punk, please.
Yeah, it's A-Punk. Grant is surprised by that
there?
pick. He thought Young the Giant was going to go the distance. I bet Sperry's made more money as a result of Vampire Weekend becoming a big band.
Vineyard Vines.
Yeah, them too. Prime Wave Crystal Castles versus White Winter Hymnal Fleet Foxes.
This is a hell of a matchup in a couple ways. They're both great songs, but they're so different, obviously.
Yeah, two very different songs.
Yeah. To me, there is one here that is way more timeless and like beautiful. You could play anywhere, kind of anytime. And then one that serves kind of a niche itch. It's White Winter Hymnal for me is the better song, like overall.
It's kind of a tough choice for me here. I'll go with White Winter Hymnal here, but this is like the closest matchup of the day so far for me. Somebody That I Used to Know by Gotye versus Dance Yourself Clean by LCD Sound System.
Juggernauts right here.
I kind of spoke my piece a little bit about how I feel about LCD Sound System in the first round.
And I voted against Somebody I Used to Know in the first round.
I think that illustrates where we're going to end up head to head.
You'll be surprised.
I'm going with Somebody That I Used to Know.
Let us not forget, Dance Yourself Clean was up against Pompeii in the first round. So while I do like it more than that song, I think Somebody I Used to Know is a better song than Dance Yourself Clean.
So Good at Being in Trouble versus Ronald Gregory Erickson II.
Unsung great songs of the era, I feel like.
Again, the UMO song doesn't really fit the era that well for me, but I do like it better as a song than the Starfucker song.
Yeah, I probably do too.
So Good at Being in Trouble. Fluorescent Adolescent versus Feels Like We Only Go Backwards.
Give me the British stuff.
You just talked about Feels Like We Only Go Backwards, like, what the heck?
Yeah, but it wasn't going up against the British stuff till now. And do we really even have Kevin Parker if it wasn't thanks to those colonialists?
Okay, whatever. He's Australian, they're British. That means nothing to me when I'm trying to decide which is a better song. It is easily feels like we only go backwards for me.
You to get it in a fish nets, now you only get it in a nets. Hey, show me what you think, Grant.
Take Tame Impala.
All right, that's fair. I'm not. You know what I mean? I don't care.
Now we got Young Folks by Peter, Bjorn, and John versus Skinny Love by Bon Iver.
Let me guess. You're going to vote against Skinny Love.
No.
Oh.
Young Folks is fine, but I'm not going to go listen to it.
And you'll listen to me play Skinny Love after we're done here?
No, I'm not going
I can do it.
I'm not going to listen to you play it, though.
Come on.
I've heard better versions, man.
Okay, I'll take Skinny Love for sure.
Third round. Kids versus My Girls.
Give me My Girls.
I kind of imagined this matchup happening like in the final four or something, because these are two of my favorite songs on the bracket. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take My Girls on this one. Kids, it's a great song, but My Girls is like, you can't get that from anywhere else.
No, Kids is like great in its simplicity. My Girls is so complex and like beautiful.
I don't mean to seem like I care about material things. Sleepyhead by Passion Pit versus The Funeral by Band of Horses.
Oh, mama.
God, very different songs. I think I'm gonna go with the one that I feel like aged better, which to me is Sleepyhead.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's not what I would. I'm going to go with Sleepyhead, but I feel like The Funeral's aged better.
I don't think so. I think I can see why. It's more based in like rock and folk sounds, you know, but Sleepyhead, I don't know. There's something about it. Like I can listen to it now and get excited. And The Funeral feels very much like I'm pining for the past.
Yeah, it's Sleepyhead for me. For different reasons, but we come to the same conclusion.
Now we got Midnight City by M83 versus What You Know by Two Door Cinema Club.
This one's really tough too. Me?
Yeah.
Just me as a guy.
Yeah.
Midnight City's bigger, more iconic, explosive. I'm going that way.
Oh, yeah.
Midnight City's a bash.
Yeah, Midnight City will last forever. What You Know feels of the time.
Yeah.
Now we got Video Games by Lana Del Rey versus Feel It All Around by Washed Out.
Finally, I can kick Lana out of the bracket.
Yeah, feels like she shouldn't have been here in a certain way, but...
Who invited her?
Right. Feel It All Around by Washed Out, way better song. Like, I'll play that in my car tomorrow.
Totally.
If Video Games comes on, I'll be like, how'd this get here?
Yeah, what? Whoa.
Now we got Pumped Up Kicks versus Swing Low Magellan.
I want to say Swing Low Magellan, but they have better songs, and Pumped Up Kicks is that gas.
Yeah, when we're really talking about summing up this era, where indie went to the radio, it's like hard to discount Pumped Up Kicks. A-Punk, Vampire Weekend versus White Winter Hymnal, Fleet Foxes.
This isn't even fair.
It's White Winter Hymnal.
Okay, good. Phew.
I just think Vampire Weekend has so many better songs. Even like, there's probably 6 songs on the first album that would do better in this bracket than A-Punk would.
Do you think one Young Thug song wins this bracket?
Depends which one.
If like Lifestyle was in here, does it win the bracket?
Rich Gang's Lifestyle. Lifestyle. Oh yeah. No, I don't think it wins.
I don't think so.
I think there's probably like 8 songs on here that are better than Lifestyle. I think if you put like
Digits
on here, it's tough though.
We should do.
We should do a bracket of one era and add one song that's different.
Yeah, like we announce that we're gonna do our next genre bracket. We don't say the genre, but we let everyone pick one song that automatically goes in it to see if it can beat every other song.
I think we announce what the genre is, and then we have them vote on an imposter. And so we say like the imposter song.
Yeah.
That's such a good idea.
Yeah, I like that.
We could have our Patreon vote on it.
Yeah, something.
Now we got Somebody That I Used to Know by Gotye versus So Good at Being in Trouble by Unknown Mortal Orchestra.
Somebody that I used to know.
I'm gonna go with that 1-2 punch, that Gotye Kimbra special. Feels like we only go backwards versus Skinny Love.
I'm back on Tame Impala's side.
Yeah, I'm on Tame Impala's side too. There are probably 35 Bon Iver songs I like more than Skinny Love.
Yeah.
The entire next album, the entire next album after that, and the entire next album after that.
And anything he did with Kanye.
We ate. My Girls versus Sleepyhead.
Give me My Girls. My younger self is pissed because Passion Pit really spoke to that little sucker. But I've grown to just appreciate the wholehearted like production and sound of Animal Collective more than Passion Pit.
And lyrically is so out there. Midnight City versus Feel It All Around. Oh.
I mean, oddly similar in a way. Like what draws me into both of these songs is like the beat aspect.
Yeah.
That it's just like this melodic rhythm thing going on. And that being said, I like the beat and like rhythm and palette of Washed Out way more.
When I think of Midnight City, I think of a festival or like a car commercial.
Sure.
You know, and with Feel It All Around, I think like windows down, driving in the summer, the breeze going. Like there's just something a little more comforting about that song versus Midnight City.
Yeah, it's groovier.
I'll go Feel It All Around. I think that's a big upset for a lot of people.
I love it. I love it.
Pumped Up Kicks versus White Winter Hymnal.
Pumped Up Kicks is an awesome song. It had its moment. Like, it's brilliant. I like the song a lot, but like what the Fleet Foxes did, people hadn't done that to that level in like 40, 50 years at that time.
It'd be hard for me to sit and argue that Pumped Up Kicks is a better song structurally, songwriting, any of that. But I just, as like a moment and the type of song that it is and what it did, I think Pumped Up Kicks takes it from me.
Okay.
So Grant.
I'll take Pumped Up Kicks.
That's fine.
Okay. And we got Somebody That I Used to Know versus Feels Like We Only Go Backwards. I think we're gonna disagree here.
I think so. I'm going Tame Impala.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Somebody That I Used to Know. Same argument as like the first round. It's just like, Feels Like We Only Go Backwards is a great song, but not a defining song of my Tame Impala fandom by any means. And I think Somebody That I Used to Know is just like lightning in a bottle.
Grant, what do you think?
Show me Tame Impala.
There we go.
Okay.
Feels like we're all go.
You got two very different stories to tell on each side of this bracket, it seems like. First, we've got My Girls by Animal Collective versus Feel It All Around by Washed Out. One, a more experimental take on indie pop. The other one, a weird concoction of like vaporwave and indie and electro sounds.
Yeah, I think My Girls like is the song to go to the championship for this bracket. Like it is all the things that defined this era and some.
Yeah, I don't know. This one is really, really tough for me, actually.
I knew these two. We're gonna meet here.
I gotta give it to My Girls.
Yep.
And now, Pumped Up Kicks versus Feels Like We Only Go Backwards.
Pump me up.
Really?
Yeah, all your defining talk has kind of worn off on me. And I feel like, what is this if Pumped Up Kicks doesn't stand up for the title?
Yeah, I'm just surprised that you came to that conclusion. Like, for you, White Winter Hymnal was over Pumped Up Kicks, and
Yes.
then Feels Like We Only Go Backwards doesn't stand up the same way.
Right. If White Winter Hymnal was here, it'd walk straight to the championship for me.
Okay.
But Pumped Up Kicks does have, that feels like the magic in the bottle of the time for me.
Yeah, give me Pumped Up Kicks.
Let's go.
The final is set, and it's a weird one. I just can't even believe I'm looking at this right now. So we're going to put a poll up in the chat. Let us know in the poll which one of these two songs you like more, and let us know what we missed. Pumped Up Kicks or My Girls?
Easy one for me.
Yeah, it's easy for me too.
Yeah. I mean, you want to build suspense?
Sure.
Yeah, you know, Jim, I mean, these are two great songs, and I think we spent a lot of time with both of them, and it could go either way. I spent time on both sides of the fence with this, and after much deliberation, we did have to come to a decision, and that's where I'm going to have to side with My Girls by Animal Collective, yeah.
I will too, Jim. Your name's Jim as well.
Yeah, my name's also Jim,
Yeah.
yes. Most announcers are named Jim.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's My Girls.
Yeah, My Girls is just a more adventurous, fun, crazy song. I
Yeah.
think Pumped Up Kicks, you could look at this era, and if you point to one song, it's like this or Somebody That I Used to Know by Gotye. But My Girls is a better song than both of those.
Absolutely.
My Girls by Animal Collective is going to take the indie bracket. Let us know what eras you'd like us to do next. We have some other ones planned, but we are open to suggestions. We want to encapsulate eras, find the important songs, and see which one we deem to be the best.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this, so I'm excited to do more of them.
Make sure to drop your favorite indie hit down in the comment section. Other than that, make sure you like, subscribe, all the stuff I said at the beginning. And Greg, would you like to leave these wonderful people with some advice to leave or live their lives by?
It's okay to sacrifice sanity for moments of enlightenment.
All right, this has been HIVEMIND TV. We love you, appreciate you, and we'll see you in the next one.
Shout out Illuminati.
What's up, dudes?
Take me with you.
Is his name actually Edward Sharp?
Probably not.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to even get into it anymore. I feel like the more research we do on them, the more I'll have to check my wall for bugs.
Yeah. Sucking till he creams. Sorry.
Now that's just funny. You know?
Smoked crack to Joy Division.